Hey, this is the troublemaker, Shannon Levangie, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
And then on the 16th, we got the Queen of Charisma, Big Juicy, on the show. And we got other interviews coming up in the pipeline. Follow at Wrestling with E for more details when they are made available to us. And it was a great day for wrestling, Scooter. And I believe the biggest news to come out this week was that Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor. I have a lot of opinions on this, but what are your opinions?
Well, okay, hold on. Okay. There we go. Wow, this is an interesting development. Because we kind of knew that ROH was going to be bought by someone. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen. And
Yes.
you and I and Kalika, we all speculated on just when it was going to happen.
Well, it seemed like for a minute though that they might just come back just as themselves, and
Mm, I never expected them to come back as themselves. If they would come back and operate as themselves, it would be with the backing of another promotion. Um, and I put out a tweet about it, which I think sums up uh, my opinions on this pretty well. Congratulations, Tony, on freeing Ring of Honor from Sinclair's grasp. The question is, will AEW just absorb it or contract its talent and continue to extrapolate its already bloated roster? Remember, Tony, it's not the size of the roster, it's how you use them.
that's correct. And well, as of December, Ring of Honor let go all their contracted wrestlers. So essentially, you're getting the library and the name and the logo. So I mean, if he wants to hire some of the former Ring of Honor guys, by all means he can. And
Yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't.
yeah, and
I'm just saying he needs to carve out some spots for them so they don't get lost in the shuffle.
correct. What I'm thinking is that this needs to be AEW's NXT. And draw the guys that they're not using on Ring of Honor, like, Private Party, the Butcher and the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. Um, God forbid Brian Cage ever shows up. Um,
He's not working for AEW anymore. We keep telling you this.
I'm pretty sure he's still contracted. He just,
Uh, No, he's not.
hmm, well, Top Flight wouldn't do too bad on Ring of Honor TV. Obviously, bring in a couple of alumni to keep it Ring of Honor esque, and I would say this would be the best time to bring in William Regal to be a mentor manager to this new little group that they might make.
Uh, that could be that could do very well. The big rumor was that they were gonna let Cody run it, and I just laughed. um, the Tony wants the library. Tony wanted the library,
Oh yeah, who
and
wouldn't want it?
foremost. That was a huge part of the deal. However, what we learned from this is that the
He
is that
has
the
an obscene amount of
WWE
money that he has nothing to do with.
the WWE was was in contention to buy them, and they they didn't know that Sinclair had sold until Tony made the announcement.
Hmm. Who would be making that deal with Sinclair? Would that be the other con?
No, no, it would most likely have been Trips, most likely been Triple H,
Hmm.
who, as of this recording, is no longer under any contracted role with the WWE.
No, is that because they don't want him in a role and kind of phase them out, or was it because of the heart attack?
I don't know. We haven't heard much about Triple H um, since, and the what I'm reading is that if Triple H had spearheaded WWE's campaign to buy Ring of Honor, it more than likely would have gone to them.
Right, but with
Uh,
if WWE had purchased Ring of Honor, they would just put the library on the network or Peacock, and that would have been the last we ever heard of Ring of Honor. What now with AEW as you know the company that has them, there might actually just be Ring of Honor events.
well, if there's going to be Ring of Honor events, it is not going to be Ring of Honor TV. That's for sure. Uh, because Cody is already overstretching it, by you know
Dynamite, Rampage, Dark
range.
Elevation.
And if Cody wants to, and honestly, I don't think there's a network that would give them another time slot. The only thing I am thinking is if AEW works out a deal with an already established streaming service. And what I'm hearing is HBO Max.
That would be a big deal if they were to get on HBO Max. I mean,
That that really, yes, it really would be. Um, there's also the possibility that Showtime might pick up AEW and promote it in the same way it promotes boxing and Bellator MMA,
well, I
which,
thought
which would which would be awesome because on pay cable wrestling could be a hell of a lot more interesting.
more interesting than it is on TBS and TNT.
Yeah, well, even if you don't actually pay for a cable package, you usually have TBS and TNT.
True.
That's that's broadcast cable. That's not pay cable. There is a difference. Also, it has to be reiterated that this purchase of Ring of Honor was not done with Daddy's money.
Really?
It was done with Tony's money.
I didn't even know Tony had his own money. I thought it was all Daddy's money.
Uh, well, apparently, he talked to his brother Nick up in Stanford. No, I'm kidding. Um, No, he was actually talking to his sister Shaka. No, he was actually talking to Kirk's arch nemesis. Nope, that's wrong again! Oh, Khan!
Get it together, Scooter.
Well, let's face it. I think it's pretty appropriate to call this time period in wrestling the Wrath of Khan.
Certainly, that certainly seems appropriate at this point, considering this massive, you know, overhaul he's been doing the last, what, 2 years at least? But in all honesty, do you see Tony running this version of AEW, this Ring of Elite, or do you see him getting somebody to run it for him and tell him, hey, this guy's ready to come up to Dynamite or Rampage?
Here's the thing. I don't think Tony wants AEW to be the type of place where, oh, you have to go through something and graduate and get the approval of, 7, 8 people in suits before, you're even ready to work a dark match.
But you can't deny that there are some people that do need to run through that developmental, quote unquote, before they actually do make it to the big show.
It is true, but is is there enough profit in the Ring of Honor name to make it worthy for Tony to run it as a second brand?
No, it's
And,
not
and
because
exact
Ring of Honor could they had a show where they gave tickets away and they couldn't fill that arena. So just having the AEW name on it isn't gonna put more asses in seats. So I mean, it would be a terrible thing if they didn't not have TV, but maybe like just a YouTube hour or so that you can or cannot watch, but it's there if you want to. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of
yeah.
what Ring of Honor is today, anyway.
I mean, okay, considering the fact of AEW's working relationship with Impact, who by the way, Impact Wrestling was found crying in a corner. Um, uh, but I mean, honestly, I think the most we see out of this is Gresham, the Briscoes, and Perazzo. I think we see the champions, and I think that's it.
Perazzo's an Impact.
Yeah, well, she's also the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, so
Okay. There's at least one AEW match in her midst. Um,
yes.
and I wouldn't even go as far as Gresham. I mean, they have so many people that are like him in AEW already. It would just kind of be a waste, I think.
Well,
Besides, his
I
wife
think
is an Impact.
I mean, there's there's gonna be at least a title unification. If Tony, when he made the announcement, he made a point to say, "Oh, it's not Shane on the contract, it's me." which makes me think, oh shit, he's gonna attempt an invasion. And it's gonna go horribly.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Like,
But what if we do know that there was a phone call made between Shane and Tony Khan. Maybe
yes.
you put Shane McMahon in at the head of Ring of Honor.
Would Shane would not Shane would not be the one working for Tony. He would know. He would too much pride.
Stranger things have happened, Scooter.
Stranger Things is not in production right now. No, yes, it is. Uh,
I think
no,
season 4's coming out soon.
yes, the fourth season's coming up, but you know, you say Stranger Things, I say Stranger Danger.
Talking about Stranger Things, um, Cain Velasquez tried to murder a guy.
And no, that man was not Brock Lesnar.
Yep, Brock
Uh,
stays away
uh,
from Cain.
uh, but the circumstances surrounding Cain Velasquez's arrest and the charges involved him coming to the aid of somebody being abused. Unfortunately, even for the scumbags of this world, they are entitled to equal treatment under the law. No matter how much we'd like to, put two in the chest and one in the head, give them the old Mozambique drill. Uh,
Maybe we should leave it at that.
yeah.
Um, Terrible thing that happened. Scott Hall fell and broke his hip earlier this week, so hopefully he's recovering well, and we could we could see him back up. Yeah.
Well, I believe he is getting a machismo transfusion. Because when he broke his hip, he was just oozing it. I know that's terrible. We love Scott Hall. We love everybody here, except for King Velasquez.
And Charlotte Renegade.
Yeah, screw you, Charlotte.
What are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey?
I uh, uh, fuck Ronda Rousey.
Ask me about somebody that's also named after a Nintendo character.
Uh, what do you think about the Ice Climbers?
I love the Ice Climbers. They're great guys. Well, guy and gal.
I don't know. Under those parkas, you never know. Uh,
I love the Parker. He's the chairman. The original chairman.
and who's on first? Uh, WWE Creative is they are working on plans for Cody, and as of right now, he is the after Mania male surprise.
That's not what I heard. I heard that he's penciled in for WrestleMania. He has something going on the show. You do realize that they have to fill a 100,000 seat arena twice, and the closer they get to that number, you know, it helps. And having guys like Cody on the show, I think we'll put some asses in seats.
Well, it'll at least put one, Brandy, since she's not going to be coming with him.
What about their daughter? That's two seats.
No, that's a lap.
Okay. Well, what? Let's say Cody does have a match at WrestleMania. Who does he wrestle? Because AJ is already wrestling Edge. Roman's tied up with Lesnar. It seems like we're getting RK Bro versus Rollins and Owens.
Un- Unless Owens and Rollins don't win, in which case we're probably getting Owens and Austin.
I doubt that. I don't think
However,
Stone Cold would do
I
that.
I I I, I have heard that Austin could be teaming with Pat McAfee
Against Vince McMahon?
and Austin Theory. Because Theory and McAfee was made official for WrestleMania last night. Uh, but they
McAfee and Theory.
yes,
Okay.
oh yeah, McAfee and Theory. But just going back to Cody, I think the WWE realizes that even bringing him back, even this close to Mania, while it would be, it would be great. They probably understand that it wouldn't be enough time to establish something enough to be worthy of a Mania match. I mean, although it is the WWE, so knock on wood. Um,
I mean, we had Otis versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania.
yeah, but that was at a WrestleMania with no crowd. Come on, that doesn't count. Um, I mean, you know, maybe maybe you hold off on actually giving him a match until WrestleMania, where he makes the save for Randy and then turns. How fitting would it be if on his first night back, Cody does what he said he would never do in AEW?
I mean, in WWE, anything's possible. And if he says, "But damn pal, gotta be a heel," then you be a heel. Because when technically he kind of sort of was the boss in AEW, so he could do whatever he wants. But with, I mean, being under Vince McMahon, you know who the boss is and you know who the employee is. What about a Vince McMahon Cody match?
Again, I uh Vince is 76 fucking years old.
What's your point?
I mean, we're getting to the Vern Gagne. Yeah, in fact, you know what? We're calling this Vern Gagne syndrome. Where no matter how old you are, you still think you can go and a crowd still wants to see you.
I
So,
mean, morbid curiosity won't take over wanting to see a 76-year-old man wrestle, Scooter? For
no,
you?
because that's how old my parents are.
So you see
And,
enough 76-year-old people.
and as much as we read, I mean, Vince, his grandkids need him around. I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't care how much he works out. I don't care how well he takes care of himself. doing something as I'm gonna say stupid as getting back getting into the ring at 76. That's equivalent to Hogan getting back in the ring at 45. Just terrible.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, not a heart attack notwithstanding, Triple H would have been smart money considering he broke the throne.
very, very, very true. Also, given that you know the scenario that was supposed to set this up ended up being a very pleasant interview. There was not a there was not there was no indication that Vince was playing Pat McAfee for a fool.
No.
Um, and holy shit, it's going to be 70 degrees here in New York on Sunday.
That's warm.
Oh, God damn it! I hate warm weather. That's why I'm moving to Antarctica.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Uh,
Still better than Alabama.
Hey Siri, remind me to call the SWAT team to James' house. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Uh, oh shit! Now I forgot what I was thinking.
Pat McAfee, no, Vince McMahon, no
Yeah,
selling.
yeah. The fact that they had Austin Theory come out and be like, "Oh no, man, no, no, kid, you see, Vince was patronizing you. Oh, I'm your opponent. Great, awesome. Because I know I've always wondered what would happen if Pat McAfee faced Austin Theory. No, I haven't.
Don't think anybody
No,
has.
nobody has wondered if Austin Theory could fight anybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, Pat McAfee is downgrading, considering that he wrestled uh, Adam Cole, Bobby Fisk, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. So, I mean, all world champion level people now. Austin Theory. Isn't it a sad situation when an announcer has a better rep than you do?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big list of people who have a better rep than Austin Theory.
But then again, who doesn't have a better rep than Austin Theory?
The dump I took this morning has a better rep than Austin Theory.
I mean, James Ellsworth at least has a win over AJ Styles. Alright,
I guess Austin Theory has a win over bulimia. I don't know. Austin Theory sucks.
um, 2K22 is coming out.
Yes, I have put in my full pre-order for the NWO for Life edition.
I was still on the fence about it. And one of the reasons being, over 30 of the announced roster
Yeah.
are no longer with the company.
It saves me having to download them.
Well, go to the creative community. Doesn't that take away from the game that you're playing an outdated version before it even comes out?
Hell no. I mean, when you get when you get the MLB The Show and Madden, those games are already outdated by the time before they're even released. You know,
So basically, it's just because it's a wrestling game, and people just enjoy those games, and that's why you buy it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, most of the people, save for I don't know. I mean, they had enough time to to take to take Daniel Bryan out, but leave Kyle O'Reilly in.
Jeff Hardy was kind of unavoidable.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that there's something in the contract.
Probably. Actually,
Um,
I don't know how rights for video games on people that are. It seems like
I,
if they are making money off this video game, then AEW has a shitload of money coming their way.
uh, but I mean, the money would get paid directly to the talent, not to AEW. Uh,
You don't know what
uh,
their contract says.
yeah, but they're not going to. You think that Tony Khan made Keith Lee sign a contract saying, "Oh, we get your video game money"?
Would that surprise you?
Yes, it actually would, because that's income from another job. He's got no entitlement to that.
But it's a job that he also conducts for Tony Khan. So it's
While,
so if you
but
play as Keith Lee and he wrestles on WWE video gaming, it's like he's wrestling for WWE programming, which means
that
Tony
James,
Khan could make money
no,
off of it.
that's not how business works, James.
That's not how good business is made, Stu.
That's likeness rights. Most likely, they were given a lump sum, in some sort of severance, so that they would not contest being included in the game. I would not be surprised if there were side deals made, made between the WWE and 2K for the WWE to pay 2K, and then 2K to pay the talent that is no longer under contract with the WWE. But it's a WWE licensed product. AEW has no copyright claim to any income generated from sales of the game.
All right.
Not to mention that, guess what? There are over 160 people. That means there's at least 159 people that aren't Keith Lee.
But if you make a
So
Tony Khan character in the game, does he have any rights to that?
no, that's like, you know me making, Stephen Hawking and just being like, we can do whatever the hell we want. Um, I mean,
All right.
I mean, there are some glaring omissions from this roster, which it looks like there'll be DLC. I mean, there's a few women missing, but I think
Alliance.
even stranger than that is that Keith Lee's wife has two characters in the game.
Now she should be getting extra coin for that, right?
She is in as Mia and Reckoning.
I feel like Reckoning was that character from Star Wars that you kind of heard about. She was there for a hot minute in the background, but you never actually seen her. You know what I'm talking about?
So, what are you talking like about? Like the green woman in Jabba's palace?
Even more so like the bounty hunter from Phantom Menace that was watching the pod race. You know which one I'm
Oh,
talking about?
oh, oh God, what? Zamwizel.
Yeah.
Zamwizel.
I mean, she was there. You've seen her.
Oh,
You know
she
that
was
she's a
also.
part of the universe, but you've only seen her in that one scene. And
Well,
I,
she's
I kind
also
of feel like
a.
that's what Shadow Reckoning was.
She was also a changeling, and she's actually been in Rebels.
Yeah. She was in Clone Wars as well, I believe.
Yeah, Clone. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, she also posed for Playboy to promote Attack of the Clones.
Great for her.
So all you horny people out there, uh,
Watch NXT? Okay, so now we got the New Japan Cup is under full way. I know you know nothing about it, so we're not going to talk extensively about it. But there was one thing about it that caught my eye, and I did want to have a conversation about.
okay.
Um, Kota Ibushi was supposed to make his return to the company after dislocating his shoulder during the G1 back in, I want to say, October. Um, he was in the tournament, and then, like, right before the tournament started, they pulled him and said that medical staff did not clear him to compete, or that it would be better to wait. What do you think is going on with Kota Ibushi? Because it seems like he won the championship. It was kind of not what they expected it to be, and then it kind of feels like they lost all faith in him when he dislocated his shoulder in the finals of the G1.
Uh, I can tell you right now, his new name is Kobitabushi.
I did not hear that.
Oh no, I'm just thinking shit up. Let's see if we can. If there's anything about him getting pulled. Um,
It's on New Japan's American
oh yeah.
page, but I don't know. It seems ever since he came back to New Japan, there just has been something missing with him.
Um, well, I mean, considering they took his participation in the tournament overall into account, um, but honestly, it's odds are It's most likely COVID.
All right.
I mean, yeah, Tenzon, is out with a knee injury, and
Yeah.
that puts Tai Chi into the friggin' finals. Let's not forget that friggin' Yoshihashi has also,
Fuck
made it to the next
Yoshihashi.
round. Well, you gotta buy him dinner first.
No. Maybe I'll buy the stick dinner, but not him. Alright. I think that'll conclude our the news for today. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.